Folks, I'm seeing a lot of slightly late, slightly this, slightly that. Slightly sexy. Guys, there's no late. There's no slightly late. Late doesn't exist. Late is not real. What is late? What is time? Time's not real. Time is a concept. Who invented time? So just because someone invented time, we have to go by it? Who invented time? Seriously, who tells us that it's time? Who tells us it's a new day? The sun? Who invented the sun? How do we even know the sun's real? Who told you that? Your science teacher? What do they know? Why am I supposed to believe them? NASA? Do you know what NASA really stands for? Huh? Never always say anything. Think about that for a second. Think about that, actually. And when you really think about that, this is where you end up. Enlightened. Thoughts on Tim Waltz being picked over you? I dropped out. There was no picking situation. I dropped out of the race. I felt my heel wasn't where it needed to be, right? I envision a vice president running, full speed sprinting. If you can't do that, you can't be my vice president. And that's why I decided to take a step back this year. I didn't know you went to tech. I'm a student here and I actually pick up the Daily Tortor every once in a while. I used to run that paper. It ain't what it used to be, man. It ain't what it used to be. Just watching some water polo. What an intense sport. The goalie gets hit in the face with a ball every 5 minutes. I mean, it's actually insane how often they get hit in the face. Been watching the 400-meter hurdle. It's crazy how effortless it looks. It looks like they're jogging. It's actually insane. The The Dwight Powell of water polo. They're all Dwight Powells out there. Speaking of Dwight Powell, we're going to talk about some of the Olympic stuff today. Folks, it's true. I'm live right now. Lauri Markkanen extension. What does it mean for the NBA? What does it mean for the Middle East? Think about it. A lot happened at the Olympics. The Olympiad. So what's the proper time to use the Olympiad? That sounds sick, and that's how it should be pronounced. You watched the Olympiad today? Yeah, the Olympiad. The Olympiad was sick, man. What's the proper... A lot happened at the Olympics. I really don't know what else this stream will be about. That's the beauty of a slightly biased stream. Get in here. Finished Hot D. I didn't hate it as much as everyone else. I thought it was good. I knew that people wouldn't like it though, which is fair. I don't have like not spoiling or anything like that. I'm not gonna be like, you didn't like that? You're a fucking idiot. I understand why people didn't like the finale. I personally liked it. I thought it was good. I thought it was a good season. They got to bring it though. They got to bring it for season 3. If they don't bring it season 3, then I'll start to say, hold on a second. So yeah, there was a lot of talk and conversation as to whether or not this was me. I thought it was. I sat down and I did a full 5-hour interview with Slam Magazine earlier in the month. Unfortunately, it's Nas Reed. So I told you guys it was me. I got let on. I don't know when my issue is dropping. So be on the lookout, I guess. I don't know. I don't know what to tell you guys. I don't know what to tell you guys. Trump or Kamala? Oh, man. I love you guys. I really do. If you guys are wondering why I'm wearing this Texas Rangers shirt, it's really it's in memory. It's just me celebrating what has become one of the saddest title defenses I can remember. And I use sad. It's not the worst. I'm sure there's much worse. I'm sure there's much worse title defense seasons than what the Rangers are currently doing. But man, this one is bad. It's just sad. That's the best way to describe it. It's sad. It's sad watching them. It's not fun whatsoever. Everyone that had good years last year is terrible now. I mean, that's how it goes sometimes, but we celebrated. Yeah, the Rangers not getting no hit yesterday was one of the highlights of the fucking season, man. Is this sadder than 2012 Mavs? So in my brain, in my pea-sized brain, which I acknowledge is pea-sized, the Mavericks built up more goodwill after 2011. Than the Rangers did. And the reason being is it was just years in the making. Dirk finally got his, we knew they'd take a step back based off of their offseason moves and who they lost. For the Rangers, and I've said this before. It didn't feel as special as I thought it would. Now, maybe it's just because I don't like baseball as much as I used to, but I think it's because we didn't grow with this team at all. They got Like they bought most of the not too many of the players were homegrown. Most of them were brought in via free agency and trades, and that's all good. I'm not complaining, but I'm just saying that's why to me it never felt as special as I thought it would. You know, if that makes sense. All right, what should we start out? I mean, it was definitely special. Don't get me wrong; it was awesome. I'm not like trying to say otherwise, but I thought it would be more special. 2011 Rangers would have been more special for sure. All right, let's start out with the Olympic slate from yesterday, the quarterfinal matches. We had some shocking results, except not really. Germany beating Greece. Greece just was a one-man show, really. Didn't get much contributions from others. Just kind of stumbled backwards into the elimination games. And Germany's clicking, man. I think they're the second best team right now. They've looked really good. Franz Wagner. I'm a fanatic. I'm buying every Franz Wagner stock that there is. He still can't shoot threes. But I'm going as far to say he went 1 for 6 from 3 in this game. B-Dot is harassing me and deleting my comments. Good. Let's look at your chat log. Can we do that in here? Let's look at your chat log. Best of luck, everyone. Trump or Kamala starting this stream off hot. Tell you by his thoughts on Moist Critical Sneeko situation. Thoughts on Olympics. Thoughts on opening ceremony controversy. Thoughts on Turkey Man on a random Tuesday afternoon winning silver. I don't even know what that's in reference to. Oh my God. Oh. Greece played incredible defense in the first quarter. Germany was down 12. We see this all the time. Teams that are outmatched, they usually do well early on in games, but when it's time to click it into high gear, when it's time to kick it in high gear, why don't people give Franz the Giddey treatment in terms of being unable to shoot? Franz is better player than Giddey, full stop. I mean, even if Franz never gets back to shooting the three ball with any consistency, he's better than Giddey. He does almost everything. He does almost everything else well. No, I think they're far off. Franz is like a legit, very, very good defender. Giddey is not that. Franz is an explosive athlete. I don't think they're that comparable as players outside of the white part of it. So anyways, man. Germany looks good. That's going to be a fun game, Germany versus France. I actually think Germany should win, though, pretty easily. Would be my pick. Because let's just get right into that game. We'll talk about Serbia, Australia in a second, but let's talk about France, Canada. So Canada not medaling at all is a huge, catastrophic failure. I mean, just full stop, an absolute disaster for them that they are not even getting the chance to medal. Not if France gets 40 free throw attempts. That is true. The free throw situation in this game, what was it? It was 42 free throws for France, 25 for Canada. How many of that was... You had 9 for Yabusele, 14 free throw attempts for Lesort. They couldn't fucking guard him. Man, that was insane to watch. It was literally like watching a senior or a junior in high school got suspended for a game, and now he's playing on the JV team. And he's just bigger than everyone else. I agree. It's stop fouling me. That's what it felt like. Maybe there were a few ticky-tack calls here and there. But they had no answer for him. Now, this does feel, and kudos to France. Defensively, they are amazing. Shout out to their coach. This is what makes international basketball so good, in my opinion. We've seen this before. The coaches don't care. Like, they don't. There's no contracts at stake. What's going to. Hey, I'm going to bench Rudy Gobert. What's going to happen? Is Rudy Gobert not going to fucking play for France next time? Of course he is. I remember in Eurobasket a couple years ago, Lithuania benched Domantas Sabonis. What is Sabonis going to do? Not play for the national team again? Of course not. Now, USA is different. There's a lot of politics involved with Team USA. But for the most part, what are you going to do? Are you not going to show up? We invite you for the national team next time. You're not going to show up? Of course you are. So they bench Rudy Gobert. He comes off the bench in this game. Only plays 3 total minutes. It came out after the game. Evan Fournier also came off the bench in this game, but he played a lot of minutes. It came out after, or I guess I should say, Gobert came out after and said, "Hey, I had a finger injury. I got surgery yesterday. That's why I came off the bench. That's it. That's all. That's the real reason, guys." But then the French coach said, "No, that wasn't it. I decided I wanted to bench him. There was no finger surgery or anything. I just decided it was time to bench him and come off the bench." So pretty hilarious. These coaches don't give a shit at all about appeasing these players, and it is kind of funny. It's the only scenario where this happens, right? Because in the NBA, you've got contracts and there's the politics and everything. So anyways, France, I thought, played a great game. They were incredible defensively. Yabusele was unstoppable. I mean, absolutely unstoppable. It's insane. He was the best player on the court. Like, this was a game that had one of the greatest prospects in the history of basketball, Victor Wembanyama, a multiple-time Defensive Player of the Year who barely even played, a guy who finished second in MVP voting this past season, a guy who is, one of the best players that ever make an all-star team, and Jamal Murray, $30 million player, RJ Barrett, or close to $30 million, $20 million Dylan Brooks, Andrew Nembhard's got a huge contract extension. And it was Yabusele, who's not in the NBA anymore, who was the best player on the court pretty comfortably. Yeah, this felt like one of those games where you watch it, and it was just like, oh my God, Canada was just not meant to win this game. Like, everything that could have gone wrong for Canada went wrong. Fournier hit that 3. I mean, I think the game was already over, but Yabusele, Lesord, and how do you pronounce this guy's name? Cornier, right? Cornier. This guy's a fucking dog. He's dunking on people. He's talking shit. He's mean mugging. He hit a 3, was immediately talking shit to Shai Gilgeous-Alexander going down the other end of the court. I like that. Thoughts on Powell? So Dwight Powell just unfortunately found himself in the same position he found himself with the Mavs, where it's like, if he is thrusted into your starting center position, you're in some trouble. Right? You're in some trouble. It's not necessarily fair to him. Any team with some actual real size is going to give him some problems. And yeah, he was getting bullied a little bit yesterday. And they don't really have another option. I would say the real takeaway from the Canadian team is Jamal Murray looks like absolute shit. And I'm not just saying this because he's not shooting well. That's whatever. 4 or 5 game sample size. A guy doesn't shoot well, it could look really bad. But in the grand scheme of things, it's 4 or 5 games, right? You can just kind of toss it to the wind. Just unfortunate shooting luck. Bad shooting luck hit me at the wrong time. Jamal Murray looks bad. That's the problem. Jamal Murray looks slow, weirdly indecisive, almost as if his confidence level has taken a bit of a hit. And I would be concerned. I would be concerned if I were a Denver Nuggets fan. I tweeted that out. Denver Nuggets fans were like, why? It's like, dude, the margin of error for the Nuggets is becoming increasingly slimmer and slimmer, right? They lose Bruce Brown a couple years ago. Okay, don't really replace him. They lose KCP this past offseason. All right, that's bad news. You don't really replace him. You need Jamal Murray playing at the borderline all-star level. And it's a little bit scary that he's not doing that. RJ Barrett, I thought, had a really good tournament. So kudos to him. Shea, I thought, was awesome yesterday. And I will throw this out there. You guys know I love Shea Gilgeous-Alexander. Okay, the reason why I will continuously say he's not at the level of Luka Doncic. I know Shea Gilgeous-Alexander, 30-plus points, an incredible scorer, maestro in the mid-range, maybe the best mid-range scorer in the league today. I know that's saying a lot because you got guys like Kevin Durant, DeMar DeRozan. Shea might be better than them. There's a different level when Luka has the ball in his hands and he's operating. I understand the narratives. I understand, oh, Luka's a ball hog, this, that, and the third. But Luka is a generational playmaker on top of his scoring. He just is. He is incredible at bending the defense. He is incredibly smart. He has, it's like he has eyes in the back of his head. He knows exactly where his teammates are going to be. He knows where help is coming from. He knows, all right, a screen's coming here. I know if I just, a little hang dribble and I'm acting like I'm going out this screen, the guy from the corner is going to pinch in just a tiny bit. The moment he commits just a little bit to come help, I'm whipping this pass to the corner. I have every pass in my bag. There's a difference between that and Shea, where when the ball's in his hands and Shea's like, I need to go to work, it's Shea's time to go to work. When Luka has the ball in his hands, he's looking to score, but it's also like he's looking to pass first, and he will score. He'll take what the defense gets him. But it feels like when Luka is scoring at a high level, it's almost like, all right, I want you to help me. I help off of guys. I want you to double team me. I want you to start pinching in to help. I want to shrink the court for you. That way I can create for others. There was like a 5, 6, 7 possession stretch where Shea Gilgeous-Alexander was the only guy to touch the ball, and Dwayne Wade mentioned it on the broadcast. And he scored almost every single time. So it's just funny to me how it matters for some guys and not others sometimes, and how we discuss players. It's just funny to me. I don't think people truthfully appreciate the level that Luka is at as a playmaker. People really don't talk about it. Can we talk about how awful an announcer Wade is? I think he's actually fine, to be honest with you. Wade is terrible in commentary, and the other guy with his call of cookies for a steal sucks. Really? I think they're both good. I will say Dwayne Wade saying bro all the time on the broadcast is a little strange. It feels a little like informal, but maybe it just sounds strange because it's not what we're used to. Noah Eagle is good. It should have been Followell. Well, yeah, Followell's the GOAT. This Patrick Beverly quote, I had to double and triple check to make sure that this was the real Dunk Central and not Dunk Centel. Do you see France versus Germany handball? No, I have not seen as much handball as I've wanted to. And the reason for that is I throw on the Peacock Gold Zone thing because it's really cool. The problem is it's very USA centric. I don't think they've put handball on there once. Pat Bev says he's happy to be playing basketball again instead of standing in the corner and being a role player with the Bucks. I go back to a role where 7 seconds to go, give me the ball, watch me rock, isolation, step back. I get to hoop. That's what people forget about. Like, it's cool. I played a great role. I had a phenomenal NBA career while I was in the NBA, but I don't want to stand in the corner and play with the Bucks. Okay. All right. You catch USA Poland indoor volleyball? No, I didn't. I heard that there was an incredible volleyball match. My grandparents are telling me about it. So if my grandparents tell me about it, then that means it was actually phenomenal. Should Team USA have any concern playing Germany? All right, so let's get back to this. I don't know how we got derailed this hard. Dylan Brooks was a fiasco yesterday. I mean, a fiasco. I didn't think Lou Dort was good either. Both of those guys I thought were disappointments yesterday for Canada. Lou Dort with some stupid-ass fouls. He ended up fouling out of the game. Dylan Brooks, 1 of 9. 1 of 9. And it just felt like bad shot after bad shot, like trying to get the team back in it. Man, Dylan Brooks, I need you to understand, bro. You trying to break down a defense and create something for yourself is not how you get your team back into it. That's not your role. That's not what you do. Yours is, I'm going to clamp up real quick defensively. I'm going to make a play. I'm going to get a steal. I'm going to force a shot clock violation. I'm going to force a bad shot. I'm going to draw an offensive foul. I'm going to talk shit. I'm going to energize my team that way. It's not, here we go, step back time. No. No. I'm thirsty today, man. It's hot as shit outside. It says 101 degrees. It feels hotter than that. I was outside earlier today grocery shopping, and don't spell peacock like that again, by the way. That's insane. Or do people actually spell peacock like that? Like, I was outside, and I know it's 140 fucking degrees. It gets this hot every summer. But I was like, it's not supposed to be this hot. Is something happening? Is the sun closer than it should be? Is there volcanic acid underneath the ground that's about to explode that we should know about? Like, that's where I was at. 110 degrees, are you boiling, mate? Well, let's see. Where's my phone at? Where's my phone? Hold on. All right, let's see. Let's see what it is outside. This is a segment everybody loves, I'm sure. 99 feels like 103. That's bullshit. It's hotter. Did you see what Bill Simmons calls peacock? What? What's up with all these ads? All right. Is there a lot of ads popping up? I'm seeing on here every 10 seconds something pops up that says ad about to play. I don't have any control over this, by the way. So the ads are on the cock. Oh man, he's the GOAT. He really is. He really is the greatest to ever do it. So an embarrassment for Team Canada. 4 years from now, Zach Edey being there will help out tremendously. Russello, the cock piece. They did a great job. The cock did a great job, Russello. All right, I'll just pause ads, delay ads. Let's see if that works. I don't know what it is, guys. It's the same settings I usually use. Maybe it's glitched. I don't know. Really rough one for Team Canada. They need a big. Zach Edey potentially could help. I kind of feel like they need a guy like Wiggins, too. Like somebody who can actually play the 4. They should just be better than this. Canada lost because FIBA play is much more packed, and Canada don't have the guard play to manipulate defense and create space. They couldn't play their ISO difficult shot game. They don't have a big. Yeah, they need like a real legitimate big. Well, it's funny because, Dwight Powell is one of the best pick and roll guys in the NBA. He is. Not as good as he used to be, but he's still really good at it. Just can't utilize that. They don't have like a great manipulative pick and roll ball handler. Jamal Murray is kind of that guy, but he was absolute dog shit in this tournament. Like absolute horrible. Absolutely terrible. In France, Wemby was not very good in this game, offensively at least. And I don't think he was like great defensively either by his standards. He did have that one just absurd steal where he loses the ball in the backcourt. I would show a highlight of it, but it would immediately be taken down by the Olympic Committee for what reasons unknown to anybody but them. RJ's just dribbling all right, we have numbers, we're pushing the pace, I'm dribbling the basketball, I'm going up court, and as the ball's coming down, Wemby just freakishly rips that shit. I mean, that was pretty incredible. That was pretty incredible. But he has not been very good offensively in this tournament, and it feels very weird. Like, they don't give him the ball. This was happening in the Serbia game as well. I don't know if it's where early in the game, Jokic was just not getting the ball, and it's mind-blowing. I don't know if there's some deep-rooted sort of, hey, dude, you're in the NBA. You're already making millions and millions and millions of dollars. You get to shoot 20 times a night in the NBA. I'm here at the Olympics. This is my fucking time, dude. This is my time. Okay? Get out of the way. But Wemby still has to get to a point. His offensive game has to absolutely develop to a point where it's like, give me the ball and move. Like, give me the ball and move. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter the matchup. Like, he wasn't posting up. Edie, thank you for the 5. He wasn't posting up Jamal Murray. He would pass out of any post up he had with a guard on him. Yeah, they push him out under the rim. He absolutely has to get stronger, and that has to be something he works on. He can't just be a perimeter guy. You have to develop a post game. Okay? Because I thought, you guys know, obviously, to say that I'm high on Victor Wembanyama is not some crazy statement. Everybody is. But I'm very high on him. I actually think he has GOAT potential. Okay? And I thought this Olympic run would be an opportunity for him to have a statement. To have a game or two where it's like, oh, shit. Wemby just dropped 24 points, 16 rebounds, 9 assists, 6 blocks, and 4 steals. Like, oh, shit. It's here. Hasn't happened yet. Not to say that it won't. He'll be up against it against Germany. I think Germany will take care of business here pretty easily, to be honest with you. Germany's playing at an incredibly high level. I think they're my favorite team to watch. Out of any team in the Olympics currently. They just play so well together. USA dominates Brazil. Now, I was going to stream this on playback, but I was a little bit late, 10 minutes late, and by that time, Team USA was already up like 15. I was like, all right, I don't want to watch this. I don't want to stream this. I did watch the whole game, but I was just like, I don't want to stream this. Yeah, I mean, Team USA dominant. They're figuring it out. They're playing really well alongside one another, and it looks good. Embiid had his game. He didn't play a second in the second half, did he? So 12 minutes all in the first half, 14 points, knocked down a few threes. Defensively looked really well, looked really good, played really well. LeBron with another really good game. Devin Booker's been awesome in this tournament. 18 points for him. He's been really good in this tourney. Yeah, I mean, they're going to be very, very tough to beat. I don't know what the recipe is to beat them, to be honest with you. Bomb threes, maybe. And you have to hit them, because if you miss, they get out in transition. Good luck. No other team in this Olympic Games is going to stop them when they get out in transition. And Brazil, Bruno Caboclo, 30 points. This was a gross game. This just was. Andy Opes will take care of business. So it's going to be USA versus Serbia again. The third time these two teams have played. This game was insane. Australia jumped out to a huge lead. FIBA Patty Mills showed up. Been a bit of a rough tournament for him, but 26 points. Josh Giddey, 25 points. How many turnovers, though? 7 turnovers. Big problem. They turned the ball over a lot. Australia did. Exum looked really good in the first half of this game, but didn't do much at all in the second half, which is a concerning thing when the game really sort of slows down and baskets are more difficult to come by. We saw this in the playoffs with Exum. It just kind of shrunk. Yeah, Josh Green completely out of the rotation. Now, there might be an injury thing there, I saw, but not good. Matthew Dellavedova is playing over Josh Green. Yeah, I mean, this is probably it for Patty Mills, just for the Olympics at least. How old is he? 35 years old. Like, do we think nearly 40-year-old Patty Mills will be playing at the Olympic Games next time? Maybe. I doubt it, though. And Serbia, man. The recipe is there. Bogdan is playing a little bit better. First few games of the tournament, I didn't think he was playing well at all, but he's been playing well over the last couple of games. And Jokic in overtime. Wow. Jokic, that 2-minute stretch by Jokic, man. Jesus. But if they play like how they did in the first half of this Australia game, Serbia is going to lose by 60 points to Team USA. I don't think the Serbian team is built at all to beat Team USA. It would have to be a 40-minute, one of the best performances we've ever seen out of Jokic. Future former Mav, Bogdan Bogdanovic? No, Bogdan is like he's a future former Mav. I think the dream is kind of dead of ever getting him. That's MVP stuff, taking a team on the back. Can't say SGA ever does. SGA tried. He did try. Now there's a lot of people are talking about this. There's a lot of ongoing conversation. People are saying, "Oh, well, it's not fair to Team Canada. It's not fair to Shea. Their center position's so bad. Dwight Powell is starting." Luka Doncic made the Western Conference Finals with Dwight Powell. I'm just saying. Luka Doncic made the Western Conference Finals with Dwight Powell as his starting center. And that's just something I'm saying. I heard Bill's proposed trade of Michael Porter Jr. for DeAndre Hunter and Bogdan. How do we feel about that? Draw quick. DQ. That's what I like about Oh, nice. Texas is already down 1-0 with runners on first and third in the first inning. How do we feel about that one? Michael Porter Jr. for DeAndre Hunter and Bogdan. You like it? I don't think I like it. I don't think I like it at all. Just don't like DeAndre Hunter is the problem that we run into there. Dyson Daniels with 0 points. Offense just does not look good at all for him. Man, tough one. Tough one for Australia to lose like that. With the big lead that they had. Tough. So we get Team USA tomorrow versus Serbia and France versus Germany. Woo! Woo! I'm going Germany. What does this mean? Oh, interesting. I think we're getting a Germany Team USA showdown in the finals, and it should be fun. I think Team USA will probably, in the way that they've been playing lately, I think they'll probably win their next 2 games by 20 points each, at least. It would be a little bit surprising. But I will say this. That French crowd was insane. It was. I mean, that was an incredibly fun game to watch. It felt like a playoff game. The crowd was just going nuts. And I don't know if it was that loud or if it was just the way the mics are set up or whatever the case may be. But that was a lot of fun to watch. So I'm rooting for Germany because I think it'll be the better game versus Team USA. And plus, I'm a full-fledged fanatic, like I am. We're on the Franz Wagner train heavy this year, heavy. But also, like, can Victor Wembanyama get a moment? Like, let's say France pulls this one out. Can you imagine? Gold medal game in your home country against Team USA. Wemby has a moment. A young GOAT moment. It's pretty fucking fun to think about. But it's a pipe dream. Times like these, I really wish Slovenia had a better team so Luka could be in this. I mean, you see these teams that are left, and it's kind of crazy that Slovenia was even in a medal game the last Olympics. It's just NBA talent up and down all of these rosters besides Serbia, I guess, but then they have Jokic and Bogdan. Like, Bogdan is much better than any other teammate that Luka has on Slovenia. 3/4 of these semifinal teams were in the semifinals of last year's World Cup. Yep. Minus Canada. Serbian team was good without Jokic. Yeah, I mean, the Serbian team without Jokic is just much better than the Slovenian team without Luka, which, I mean, makes sense. Respect Flacco. Chanchar! Poirier and Gobert still having nightmares from Luka. It would have been fun to have Luka in here. I am happy. I was saying this. I was never shy about not really wanting Luka to play this summer. I didn't want him to play last summer. It's just the way it was. Just because of how unhealthy he was in the season. But I was never going to root for him to lose. Like, once he was like, I'm playing this summer, I was like, all right, well, you might as well go out and win it. Luka was depressed for real after the Batum block. Yeah, that was a sad one. I think that's one of the more upset I've ever seen Luka. So I'm excited. The goal and the plan is to stream these on playback. Both of them. I think you're allowed to do that. I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure I'm allowed to stream the France-Germany game as well. That is currently the plan, and we shall see. Hopefully it works out. Eurobasket is next year, apparently. I'm already judging the miles on Fran's body. Is Eurobasket last year? We looked this up because I was trying to figure out when is the next time Luka will have just a break. Oh, yeah, Eurobasket 2025. All right. I love the Eurobasket tournament, by the way. Yeah, man, there's 3 tournaments. And if your favorite player is European, then there's a very good chance that they want to play in every single one of them, which is commendable. Peace out, Shrimp. While we're talking about the Olympics, want to give a shout out to the women's 3-on-3 team who made a miraculous comeback in the tournament to medal and get a bronze medal after starting, what was it, 0-3? Miraculous comeback. Shout out to my girl, Haley Van Lit. Congratulations. Way to make us proud. I was listening to the Bill Simmons podcast, and he was like, the 3-on-3 basketball? Who's that for? I always love when Bill says this. They should consult us. Like, they should talk to us. It's like, dude, it clearly wasn't for you then. I agree, 3-on-3 basketball, it's a little bit strange, but FIBA, they're like trying to make this a thing. It's not supposed to be like this, hey, NBA fans, come watch this. Like, they want this to be its own separate thing that I think other countries are more invested in. What is this obsession with invoking the spirit of Kobe every time something happens? Well, Haley Van Lith was actually had a relationship with Kobe and was close with Gigi. So that's what she's doing. And then, of course, Kobe would be furious, says Poke Nation, Big 12 pokes. Which is just an absurd thing to say. And it makes me angry. And this shit has 60,000 likes.
It's called We Do a Little Trolling.
Yeah, Bill conceding that Jason Tatum deserved to be benched was shocking, honestly. Just really kind of if Bill's saying that, you know it's bad. It's always some guy behind the keyboard who's never played a competitive sport in their life. How could any competitor be furious about this? This team, I don't even know. I don't know. I hadn't really followed it. I don't know if they were supposed to win gold. I'm not entirely sure. But they lost probably their best player, or at least one of their best players before the tournament. Cameron Brink was supposed to be there. They went 0-3 to start and then had a miraculous turnaround to make a medal game, and they won bronze. So kudos. Kobe, yeah, and Kobe famously hated women's basketball. Exactly. Kobe Bryant, noted hater of women's basketball. I've watched 5 minutes of Team USA. Has Tatum really been that bad? Yes. And it's not even bad. It's just a weird fit. I think his fit is weirder than anyone else's on the team, actually. Even weirder than Embiid's. And Embiid's fit is a little bit strange as well. Just because he can't really catch and shoot. And he's a pretty quick decision maker. I will give Tatum that, but comparatively speaking to other players, his jump shot is broke. He's tweeting that to make people mad. You're just giving him what he wants. I'll give him what he wants. Big 12 Nation. Unbiased coverage of the Big 12. Thunder up. 53 national championships. Wait, Oklahoma State has 53 national championships? Compare him to how D-Book has become an amazing role player. Well, D-Book is a really, really strong role guy. I mean, he plays well off ball. He's a good catch and shoot player. Smart, quick decision maker. And again, Tatum, when he drives, he can kick out. He's a pretty good passer, but it's the shooting that's not there. And he does like to have the ball in his hands and be a little bit methodical, and that's just not what Team USA needs. What American wing would you replace Tatum with? So if you're just conceding like, hey, we don't really need a guy who needs a ball in his hands quite a bit. Jaylen Brown is interesting. Jimmy, don't you kind of have the same problems? I mean, Paul George. I would just look for guys similar to Booker. Like, let's not forget, Booker played alongside Chris Paul for a very solid chunk of his career. Guys who have played off of other guys very successfully. Jaylen Brown. Jaylen better than Jason, unironically. I don't think I could get there, but are you going to watch the Kyrie Sneeko stream? Excuse me? Tell me that's not a real thing. I know he followed Sneeko, but I know he followed him. Oh no, Kyrie. Oh no. Kyrie Irving is now following Sneeko. Kyrie Irving is now following Kick Streaming. No. No. That can't be right. Please, somebody get to him. Please, somebody. If there is, for some whatever reason, somebody watching this stream right now who is in some way, shape, or form able to get in contact with people in the Kyrie Irving camp, please, 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 please. Following is one thing. Please don't do a stream. Please. I highly doubt he's hate following. I highly doubt he's hate following. I will not watch it. I will not watch it. Oh, man. I can't believe we're pulling up a right now tweet on stream, but what is this? Oh, he's a demon. He's a demon. He is. The ceiling is on. There's no ceiling. There is no ceiling whatsoever on Derek Lively. I mean, if Kyrie is doing a Sneeko stream, Mavs get Devin Booker, Anthony Davis, and Mason Plumlee. What the fuck is this, bro? Oh my god, Fanspo. There's like 2 months out of the year where Fanspo is an okay place to be at, and there's actually people who aren't clinically insane who are trying to piece together trades, like trade deadline, maybe draft around the draft time. What is this monstrosity, bro? Oh, man. That's so funny. It literally broke my computer. Like, well, I'm just looking at who's getting what in this trade. This is easily a Mavericks fan. This is undoubtedly a Mavericks fan who made this trade. Wait, am I dumb or is Luka following slightly biased Muse? You're dumb. As funny as that would be. Has slightly biased Muse tweeted at all anymore? Slightly biased Muse has not tweeted since my birthday. Wow. We've lost him, folks. Or he's just on vacation. He's just on vacay. Look, I don't even follow him. Follow him there. You gotta get him back on the payroll. Almost 600 followers. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. Let's see. Any other Mavs go crazy. LMAO. This is a joke. Okay. Okay. Fangirls Universe trade 23 requested by Pool Sucks. Jokic to the Mavs. All right, I'm in. Oh my God. How have we gone this far without talking about the Lauri Markkanen extension? That's what I titled this stream as. All right, Lauri Markkanen signs his not a super max. It is a max now, right? Signs his max extension. Congratulations to stay with the Utah Jazz. And of course, considering the time in which he signed it, this means that he is not eligible to be traded this season. So a lot of talk and speculation, around the trade deadline. Hey, did Lauri get traded? Doesn't get traded. He might get traded in the offseason, though. There's going to be a lot of teams interested. There's a lot of smoke that Lauri Markkanen might get traded. And it's now official that Lauri Markkanen has signed a 5-year, $238 million contract renegotiation and extension, including $220 million in new money. A big bag. A big bag for Lauri Markkanen, nearly $50 million a year. The extension precludes Markkanen from being traded for 6 months, which pushes him past February 6th trade deadline. It means he isn't eligible to be moved until next offseason. Then Lauri Markkanen to ESPN on his new deal to stay with the Utah Jazz. They've all showed their belief in me, from the ownership to the front office to coach Will Hardy. Markkanen told ESPN, it's a comfortable environment, and those guys' resume speaks for themselves. I trust in the organization to help grow me as a player, to help grow me as a person and a player, to build our team, and I'm ready to take on the challenge. There should be a quote right here. Did there not? Yes, there was, when Lauri Markkanen was a restricted free agent, a lot of smoke that he wanted. Actually, not smoke. He came straight out and said, I want to play for the Mavericks. I'm ashamed to admit I didn't want to do it. But in my defense, Lauri Markkanen was nowhere near the player he is currently at the time. And Markkanen right now is a great player. This might seem like an insane contract. And I've been guilty of this as well, like the sticker shock. I think Nick brought it up when we did the Slightly Unplugged stream. The sticker shock on some of these guys where their contract makes sense just in the grand scheme of the NBA and just where contracts are at. But then you just see the number. It's like, oh my God, Jared Allen's making $30 million a season? Like, what the fuck? But it's like, okay, yeah, that's actually about right. That's actually a good deal. Nick Claxton, $25 million a year. It's like, whoa. I mean, those numbers used to be reserved for, the all-stars of the league. So congratulations to Markkanen. This, of course, has the Golden State Warriors fan base in an absolute tizzy. They can't believe it. They can't believe it. They're in shock and disbelief, and I think it's bad enough. They've actually convinced, from what I could tell, they did somewhat convince themselves that Markkanen was getting traded to the Warriors. Now there's a lot of anxiety in this Warriors fan base, from what I can gather. Slightly Muse has tweeted me, I'm always here by Slightly. Always. Oh, man. That's hilarious. It makes me, there's a lot of anxiety. They feel it slipping. And I was kind of thinking about it today. I was like, is it too premature just to write the Warriors off? Think about their 2022 championship and really think about it. Just how everything, and this is how it works. If you win an NBA championship, so many things have to go right for you. But just think about all of the things that happened for the Warriors. Think about all of the things that had to go right for that Warriors team. Wiggins had to pull an all-star season out of his ass. All right? Wiggins decided in his 10-year career, this is the 1 year I'm going to take incredibly seriously, and I'm going to be playing at the top of my game. I'm going to make an all-star game. Hey, I defended Luka Doncic well enough in the conference finals. I played really well offensively in that series as well that some people, like slightly biased, thought that maybe I deserved the Western Conference Finals MVP during that series. Kevon Looney was a rebounding maniac, and he just forgot how to. He's done. Like he looks so washed up at this point, and he's still relatively young. Jordan Poole, who has become a laughingstock, looked for an extended period of time like he was going to be the future of the Golden State Warriors franchise. Like that's where we were in 2022. This guy was going to be the future of the franchise. Steph Curry said it himself, that Jordan Poole is the future of the Warriors dynasty. Otto Porter decided, hey guys, I'm actually going to be healthy just for this one run. Think about all of this stuff that went right. And then Wiggins, whatever happened with Wiggins, Jordan Poole got punched in the face and his career changed forever. Kevon Looney's just looks like a 45-year-old man out there on the court. No, DiVincenzo wasn't on that Warriors team. He was on the one before. Yeah, Gary Payton was awesome. It was the Draymond punch. And now they feel it slipping. They know Steph's getting older. What is Steph now, like 35? Steph is getting older. Clay is gone. The Splash Bros have been broken up. Oh, 36. The Splash Bros have been broken up. Draymond is a loose fucking cannon. And these marketing rumors was the way to prolong the dynasty, at least to prolong the dynasty. Now, I do think that at some point the Jazz should trade Markkanen. And I know Jazz fans probably are disgusted hearing that because this is just the life of a small market team. All right, we have this really good player on our team. We signed him to an extension. He outright comes out and says, I'm really happy to be here. I'm happy I signed the extension. And immediately people are like, well, here's why he's actually going to get traded. But the reason being is if the going rate for guys like Mikal Bridges is 6 or 7 first-round picks, I think you owe it to yourself if you're the Jazz. I don't think Lauri Markkanen can be the number 1 on a serious team. I'm not necessarily convinced he can even be the number 2 on a serious team. They'll trade him when they get Cooper Flag. Yeah, if they... So I saw this about Cooper Flag, who, just from stuff I've seen, I'm a massive believer in. But I read something recently that several very smart draft people don't think that he can be the number 1 on a team. Now, that might sound disappointing because Cooper Flag's been incredibly hyped up. He's going to be incredibly hyped up. It's going to be really fun watching him at Duke this year. He'll more than likely be the number 1 overall pick. You sort of want your number 1 overall pick, especially one that's as hyped up as Cooper Flag, to be like actually really good. But a lot of people say that some not a lot of people, some draft people I've seen say that it's better. Bro. What you're hearing is the actual audio from this tweet. That's not my end. That's not your end. This is the actual audio. Yankees and Eagles. Wow. Najee Marshall's welcome to the NBA moment was him blocking KD. Now think about that. That's how much of a dog he is. That's how much of a dog he is. All right. Let's look into this. Here is the news that Lauri Markkanen signed an extension that makes him untradeable this upcoming season. Let's see what Warriors fans have to say about it. Yeah, he wasn't going to be happy here for $17 million. We can play the same season for $40 million in Utah. Now, I could be wrong on this, but couldn't they have traded for him and then signed him? Or was that not something they could have done? So why not Cooper Flagg as the first option? Oh, draft people just think that he's better suited to be a number 2 guy. They're not sure like his offensive skill set will reach the point where it can be a true number 1. But defensively, he's going to be so good. He's going to be a really good team player offensively that he's better suited to be a number 1 or a number 2 guy. Karolinko on roids. Yeah, that's what I've seen. Andre Karolinko on steroids, which is an incredible player. All right, so far nothing too crazy. Thank God that's over. That's a lot of money. LOL, but that bag though. Now this roster is still not it, and we need some more moves and expect Wiggins to fucking ball out. Like, that's where we're at. Jonathan Kuminga is looking at that and ordering himself a truckload of plaid suits with matching bucket hats and a gold scepter. Why on earth would you pay Jonathan Kuminga anywhere near this based off of what Kuminga has showed you in his career? Are the Warriors really going to pay Kuminga $50 million a year? Wait, is that something that actually might happen? No one believes he will play out that contract in Utah. Yeah. Ha 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 ha. Welcome to 500, Ainge. Yeah, I was just about to say, I don't think the Warriors are that far off. Utah is beyond stupid. I didn't even like this. I didn't like the package they could offer for marketing. It just never made sense to me. I was never in on the Warriors being a marketing team at all. Like, why would the Jazz accept Moses Moody in first? That's awful. Like, that's an awful trade package. That is a terrible trade package. Warriors fans claim Kuminga is better than Franz. They should keep the same energy about his contract. I mean, judging by some of these comments I've seen about Kuminga, this is about... Maybe I just don't know with Kuminga. I mean, he's talented. The Warriors don't feel there's overwhelming pressure to make another move. Currently, there are no players who are reasonably available that the Warriors are hot on, according to team sources who say they have already made the necessary moves to improve on their disappointing season. I mean, I guess that's true. There's no one really out there unless they want to go after like Brandon Ingram or Zach LaVine. Which would be stupid for them. Is Kuminga even better than Josh Green? Yes. Clearly. Warriors fans, oh, I already read that. They should have given up Pods. If Pods was the make or break thing in the deal, maybe. But then also, the reason why I didn't love it for the Warriors, I don't think trading for Markkanen makes the Warriors like real contenders in any serious way. Still. Like, they definitely get better. But are they like real legit championship contenders? No. And if the answer to that question is no, unless you're just feeling desperate, I talked about this ad nauseum in the Locked On. Me and Nick recorded 2 Locked On episodes yesterday, so I already talked about this. So I'm just rehashing some things, but Draymond literally kicked away a championship in 2016, and then he both chased away and ensured Durant would never return. I mean, that is true. I don't know. You never know with Kevin Durant. He could have thought in his head, I'm leaving anyways. I didn't get the reception I thought I was going to get. Like, nobody, I thought that I would be sort of welcome. I thought I'd win a championship and people would be like, all right, Kevin Durant's done it. It's very possible that KD was leaving regardless. But yes, Draymond's relationship with him definitely didn't help. And yeah, 2016, if Draymond doesn't get suspended, yeah, it's definitely possible they win that series in 5 games. Like, what does NBA history look like if that happens? If Draymond doesn't get suspended for game 5, and the Warriors win that series in 5 games, what the fuck does NBA history look like? Does LeBron ever leave Cleveland? Does he feel an obligation to stay there until he wins? Does KD even join the Warriors? Or the Warriors just like, why the hell would we want Kevin Durant? Like, we're just running it back with this team. A scenario where KD doesn't go to the Warriors is without a doubt one of the biggest what ifs in the history of the league. It would look so different. So different. I can't even, like, in my brain process what the NBA would look like. Maybe LeBron has a couple more rings. Maybe LeBron's still in Cleveland. Like, imagine a world where LeBron is taking 1+1 deals in Cleveland still. Almost 10 years later, still doing 1+1 deals in Cleveland. Would be a hilarious scenario. All right, anything else we want to get to and cover? I don't have too much time today. What if Luke was on the Suns and KD? Yeah, I mean, draft ones are always some of the biggest what ifs. Draft ones are always some of the biggest what ifs. What if Jordan went number 1? What if KD went number 1? What if Luka went number 1? What if the Pistons drafted Melo? Hot take, Sabonis gets traded this deadline. Who is the next star? Usually we have a good like feel about who the next star out is. The writing is usually always on the wall. Is there a guy currently in the league where the writing is on the wall for? Embiid? I don't know if I see it. I don't count Randall. Giannis is interesting. If the Bucks have a bad, disappointing season this year, Giannis gets a little interesting. Jimmy, yeah, okay, Jimmy. But again, Jimmy's going to be, 35, 36? Vassell? I don't think they'd trade Vassell. I'm trying to think. There's always usually like one kind of youngish star who should be available soon that people are really excited for. I just can't think of one right now. Trey, maybe, I guess. Cat, yeah. See, like, is it really Trey and Brandon Ingram? That's fucking disgusting. Trey and Brandon Ingram are the ones. Maybe Zion. Players usually ask out years 6 to 8 in the league. So what draft class are we looking at then? Let's just do some math. The 2018, 2017 draft class, 2016 draft class maybe. 2016 feels long ago, but My God. Ben Simmons. What's a 3 and D player without the 3 and a D? Omax. Brandon Ingram, already in trade stuff. Jaylen Brown. Let me ask you this. Do we think that Tatum and Jaylen Brown are staying together their whole careers? I would almost bet my house the answer to that question is no. Let's just go by Vorp. Sabonis, Siakam, we already know no. DeJounte just got traded. Jamal, I just don't see them trading him. 2017 draft, who was in this? Tatum, no. Donovan Mitchell seems happy. Bam, they love him in Miami. That's the thing, is they want Bam to be like the captain of the team moving forward. So I highly doubt they trade him unless he wants out. Now that would be juicy. Fox, I mean, wasn't there some weird shit with Fox this past year, I thought? Wasn't there like some weird, nothing like, whoa, but something that's like, whoa. Does that make sense? Wasn't there some weird shit? Like he had a weird answer to a question or something? Maybe I'm just imagining it. Markkanen. Fox had beef with media, I believe. There was something. I don't remember what it was, though. That's why you come here, folks. All right, Luka, hopefully not. Shea, no. Trey, possibly. The problem with a Trey trade is they're still tied up in what they can offer or what they can do tank-wise because of the DeJounte Murray trade, the original DeJounte Murray trade. Fox said he wasn't signing an extension. He wanted to see what moves the organization would do. All right, so I was right. Jalen Brunson, absolutely not. Will he want out? Mikal Bridges just got traded. Ayton, I mean, we're reaching the point where these guys... Jaren Jackson Jr., circle him maybe. You see what I'm saying? Like, who... John Morant, no. Zion's definitely interesting. This draft class was kind of disappointing. Darius Garland, kind of interesting, but he's got to work his way back into that all-star tier. And there's no way. Halliburton, no. Squiggly, 20 months. I miss PJ. Again, look at this. Ant, a wolf for life. Come on, man. I mean, I just don't think he's gonna be traded anytime soon. Like that's like what I'm getting at. Like who is the player currently in the league where it's like, hey, in the next, maybe the trade deadline, but next offseason, we're gonna be moving on. AJ, 7 months. I hope to be a third of the man you are, Squiggly. Wow, that's really nice. Look at you two. What do you call a player under 6 feet, no handles, can't shoot, can't defend, doesn't have clutch sheen, doesn't have the dog? Not an NBA player? I would say out of all the players that we've talked about, Lauri is probably the likeliest with Trey in there as well. If the Pelicans are a disaster this year, maybe Zion. I don't know. There's some teams that are in very weird spots. I guess it's easier just to look at the teams and try and figure out from there which teams are in the worst spot, I guess you could say. Next 5 championship predictions. Mavericks all 5. Pels are still looking to trade Ingram. It seems like it. All right, guys, I'm going to hop off. Short stream. Not a lot to talk about today. Friday, we'll have some juicy stuff with the 2 semifinal games tomorrow in the Olympics. I plan on being live for at least a Team USA game on playback.tv/slightlybiased. Next 5, here we go. Mavs. Yeah, that sounds good. Sixers, Mavs, Thunder, Magic. Thunder, Magic. Sixers, really? I don't see it. All right, thank you all for coming out. All of the OGs. Whoa. You guys know I love you very much. Could have spent your Wednesday afternoon anywhere in the world. You decided to spend it here. New subscribers, I promise you guys will not regret it. Donations, members, thank you guys so much. You never have to do that, but it helps me out tremendously. It makes me feel so good. Did he say he was streaming tomorrow? Yes, on playback.tv/slightlybiased for the Team USA game. Go America! Thank you all for coming out. I'm trying to have a Franz Wagner video out tomorrow. That's my hopes and dreams. Who are you wearing on the back? No one. Don't put a name on the back of my jerseys because I don't play for anybody but myself. Think about it. Love you all. You guys enjoy the rest of your Wednesday. Talk to you all later. Talk to you all tomorrow, probably. Love you all. Bye.